got a bit of sunshine here. So what I'm doing at the moment, these rear gearbox mounts that I cut out of the original, I'm just cleaning them up. I don't know whether you can see, but this section here is riveted around there, and so that can come out. So I think what I'm going to do is pull those out and then try and fabricate a new piece, because this goes down too deep, and yeah, it's just the shape's all wrong. So I think I'm going to try and fabricate something for that. So I'll just clean it up a bit. So just cleaning up these couple of bits of steel that so I made up myself a bit of a cardboard template the other day, which I used for this trial run, which all looks pretty much well and good. So I'm just going to transfer some lines across onto that. Well, it's another bleak old day here. I tell you what, I've never known so many consecutive bleak days in all my life. It makes me wonder if the conspiracy theorists may be true, that they are spraying something, chemicals in the sky, but who knows. Funny that, you've got to plug it in or it doesn't work. Okay, so I'm going to go and put a couple of folds in this one, just so it can look like that one, and I will come back. I'm just making up the rear gearbox, the bracket that's going to sort of hold the rear gearbox mount that's got to be attached to the floor. So I'm just putting a couple of, I've cut myself out a nice piece of steel and I've put a few marks, and now it's probably just a little bit of trial and error. Hopefully my first attempt might be the right one, get it right. So just trying to put a bit of a crease in this. It's not playing the game. Now we'll get him to play the game. So hopefully you can see I've put a couple of folds down either side there. That's so my piece of 3mm steel will sit down in there. Anyway, let's keep going with it. Okay, so I've just got to put a little bit of a kink along that line. Just do that on the edge of the bench here. I like making these pieces that are sort of underneath them where they're not seen. It's just not really so much concern about how they look cosmetically, but still want it to look reasonably nice though, I guess. Okay, so that's now I need to bend that bit there down. Right again. Use the edge of the bench. Beautiful. Beautiful. So now that will go into that there. Weld him in. And I actually finally got around to buying some of this copper weld through paint. $52 for that can. So it better be good stuff. So that's for putting in between the surfaces where you're welding. Weld through copper rich primer. I probably should have bought some of this a long time ago, but anyway, you live and learn. through here. There we go, a couple of little pilot holes. Now, I bet you I was being a good boy and put away a lot of my tools the other day, so the hole saw that I need is probably been put away. I think that's the one that I used. Yeah, that looks like him. Kind of hits you in the eye when the sun shines on that shiny steel. Down. Now where'd the bit of steel go from this one? There it is, making sure not to pick up the red hot bit of steel in my fingers. And we'll give that a bit of a tidy up so there's no sharp edges. I've got to go and make a phone call and then I'm going to come back to it. What I thought I might do here, just put a bit of a roll down there and basically a crisscross there with the idea that that will just give the whole thing a bit more rigidity. It doesn't seem too bad, but now I've just got to move that. What did I do with the Allen key that I had here? I bet you I went and put it back. Oh no, it's still in it. How about that? exercise for my sore shoulder. Okay, well let's have a look at him. Yeah, well, when I've rolled one way, it sort of unrolled the other way. So let's see if we can re-roll that. Oh well, I think that's done the general job. Got a crisscross there. I don't know how well you can sort of see that. Need to get the extra lights fitted up under here. So back over to the bench. Okay, well that's the second one done. I think that's about as far as I can go. Get the cameraman to get the headshot. So, yeah, I think that's as far as I can go without flipping the car up on its roof again, on its lid again, and finishing this off from underneath. But I think they're going to come up really well. It's looking pretty good. Okay, a bit of this wall-proof primer on here. Tell you what, this stuff looks fantastic. Could almost paint your car in that. Okay. So, that is designed for this little piece here to fit into. Quite nicely. And I might give that a tack somewhere right there. Gas is on. Looking good. Well, my plan today, my plan was get all this, these brackets that I've been making to get weld to the floor to hold the rear gearbox mount. I was planning to get that all attached, but unfortunately I have been called upon to go and assist with the siliconing and sticking the toilet bowl down in that bathroom renovation. So I've just sort of spent the morning getting all set up, getting it flipped over on again to do this. So I think what I'll do is just try and get them tacked in place, then I'm going to have to come back to it. Anyway. Okay, well that's one side, my prototype done. I've coated it with the copper spray on the back there. So just going to drop it into place. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. It would help if I actually put it the right way around. So that goes in there. And that drops right into position, pretty much spot on. Let's just put a couple of bolts in. Well, finally yesterday, I did what I probably should, well actually not yesterday, earlier in the week. I did what I probably should have done quite some time ago, and I actually phoned some people that do the engineering and the certification, and I just let them know all the modifications that I'm doing. I don't think there's really going to be too much problems. Basically he said what I've got to do is put down a bit of a plan. So I've been working on putting down a bit of a plan. I don't know whether I'm doing what they want, but I think I'll just send it over to them for a bit of a look, and they can tell me if it's satisfactory or exactly what they want. But anyway, that's got the process underway. These things would probably go in a lot nicer with a bit of grease around them or something, but I've been trying to keep the grease and oil until I get paint on things. And that looks to me like it's going to fit just like a glove. Maybe a little bit of a tap down there, but anyway, that can all be welded. I think that's going to be pretty darn good. If I don't mind saying so myself, I'll give you a closer look. Okay, well let's take a look at the prototype that I've just put together. There it is there. I think it's fitting beautifully. So it's just a matter of putting a few spot welds around that. and then I'll start with the second one. Probably just a little bit of tidying up to do in a couple of spots, but I think that's looking quite nice. Well, I've drilled some holes around the edge of this thing, so now I'm just going to spot weld it to the floor through those holes. I just move from side to side to spread the floor out a bit. Okay, just got these top couple of bits to do. So anyway, I've got to work on them a bit, so I'll come back to it. Well, that's the first one pretty much finished. I think that looks real good. Well, that's another hard day work come to an end. And I didn't get anywhere near as much done today as I had hoped, but anyway, that seems to be the way it is. You always seem to think you can get more done and get done quicker. But those two mounts are in place now, welded to the bottom of the vehicle, which is good, and had hoped to get to the engine mounts today as well, but anyway, that's the next week now. So throw the bolts everywhere. So anyway, that should hopefully now bolt up there. Yeah, I think that's all going to go nicely. Be nothing worse if I'd got that far and things didn't line up. Certainly a very large rear gearbox mount. Oh, pity I dropped that one. I think I've got one on the bench. Yes, there's one on the bench. So anyway, I managed to utilise the those couple of captive type nut arrangement out of the old mount that came out of the car. On this side there's a couple of 3mm plates behind there with a captive nut welded on behind them. That's all welded to the floor. So So there, that's that. That looks good. Very good. So anyway, I might bring this video to a close with that. And as I always say, I know there's things that I wanted to actually mention, some comments and other things, but everything's gone out of my head. I've just been running around so crazy all day, and so I might make mention of those in the next video. But anyway, yeah, thanks for viewing. I hope you like what I've done. As usual, comments, suggestions. I know I've had a couple of suggestions that just jogged my memory. There was a couple of suggestions made on my last video, or one in particular that I was going to address, but I haven't got time. I've run out of time, and I'll look at that next time. But like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next video, which isn't too far away.